What if you could become a better person, not by working harder, but by taking one small step a day? And not because you're a bad person now, but because there's something inside you that's ready for more. How to be a better person gives you one tiny step a day you can take to be the person you want to be. My mission? To help you live your best life. Hi, and welcome to How to Be a Better Person. I'm Kate, your host. I'd like to give an extra special welcome to you if you're listening to the first time. Today is Tuesday, or what I like to think of as the most productive day of the week. So today's tip is designed to help you be a better person at work. I have noticed that most of the times when I get stressed out by my work, which, aside from producing this podcast and writing books of my own, includes helping other people write their books, it's because I've gotten confused in my own head about what my true role is. To my mind, there are two basic buckets that work falls into. Either you are being a service provider, or you are acting as a consultant. A service provider is there to do the actual job, to do the thing that the project needs to come to fruition. The consultant is more about providing insight, strategy, and objectivity. Both are needed and both are useful. And most of us have jobs where we need to fulfill both these roles in varying amounts at different times. But you want to know which one you're doing at what time, and that the ratio feels right to you. If you don't have an awareness of which role you're filling, and when, and why, you're likely to get stuck in one or the other, and that's when things start to break down. Are you expected to do all the heavy lifting with little to no say into how or why it's done? Too much service provider. Are you itching to get your hands dirty and actually help produce something? Or are you getting frustrated by a perceived lack of progress? Probably too much consulting. People hire me to do different roles. If I'm writing someone else's book as a true ghostwriter, I am clearly a service provider. But if they don't value my expertise and opinion as a consultant, and at least take my advice to heart, if not actually follow it, I am not going to be happy. On the other hand, if someone only wants me to help refine an idea and look over their work without doing any actual editing or writing, it's like torture to me, because editing and writing are things that I can't not do. I just can't. So that means it's up to me to present myself as both a consultant and a service provider, and to have a conversation with people before the project starts about how much consulting versus how much service providing they are interested in and I am interested in, so I can make sure it's something I'm comfortable with, and they're comfortable with. Just having an awareness of which role you're fulfilling at any moment makes your life easier. If you know you just need to sit down and crank out some work or log some hours as a service provider, that's a lot more manageable than thinking you're supposed to be the chef and then finding out you're only expected to chop the vegetables. This pertains to relationships too. Say with your kids. Throughout their lives, you are going to be both a service provider, a wiper of butts, patter of backs, maker of lunches, driver of cars to your kids. You're also going to be a consultant to them, teaching them the important stuff they need to know, giving them feedback on what they could be doing better. A lot of times when I'm getting irritated at home, it's because I've been locked into too much service providing and not enough consulting, especially as they get older. Like, I'm doing too many of the chores and not supervising enough chores. Some of this can go on with your partner or spouse, too. In any relationship, you're going to take turns being in charge, aka being more of a consultant. And you're also going to have shifting landscapes in terms of who is providing more of the services. When my husband had a broken ankle that kept him pretty much immobilized for 3 months, I did a lot of service providing, and there was no way around that. And I was doing most of the consulting too because he was healing and going through his own emotional journey. I mean, you've heard of the man flu, right? Well, this was a man ankle break. Enough said. I was also the one who knew everything that was going on because I was doing it. And listen, I wouldn't want to trade places with him, but it was stressful and tiring for me too. I much prefer when we can share both the service providing and the consulting. So, whenever you're in a situation where you're frustrated with something related to your workload, ask yourself, am I being a service provider or a consultant? Which role really serves the situation best at this moment? Which one serves me best at this moment? Then ask, how could I be more of a consultant? Or, conversely, how could I be more of a service provider? Just a note to say that there's no shame in being a service provider whatsoever. It's just that all providing and no consulting can make you feel unappreciated, maybe even resentful and bitter. And if you're all consultant and no service provider, the folks you work with are probably feeling unappreciated, maybe even resentful and bitter. There's a time and a place for everything. Just make sure that each of these two fundamental roles get a just amount of play. I hope this helps you think differently about the work you do, both at home and at work and out in the world. Take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for listening to How to Be a Better Person. Our theme song is Left for Deadish by Junior85. The podcast is mixed by Sound Advice Strategies. If you liked what you heard in this episode, share it with someone you think would like it too. Your voice matters. Also, How to Be a Better Person has an official newsletter that sends the past 7 episodes, a sneak peek of the week ahead, and one well-chosen meme to your inbox every Saturday morning. Sign up at beabetterpersonpodcast.com and click on Get Podcast News. I also love to hear from listeners. I love it. Send me an email by clicking on the Contact Kate button at beabetterpersonpodcast.com, tweet me at KateHan, Katehan, or find me on Instagram at Kate Hanley Author. I look forward to connecting with you.